Riz, we're talking about how to become a professional day trader. And we're talking about prop firms. We're talking about hedge firms. We're talking about leveraging your skill with other people's money to get paid. And I'd love to hear your 2 cents now and always on your thoughts of how fill in the blank trader who's way closer than they think is going to become a professional on this journey.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you as always, Kit. Thank you for hosting such amazing spaces and providing so much value to everyone. It's, as you can see, your impact is real. So I just want to say thank you as always. Thank you for bringing me up as well. Good question. Great question. I made a video once on this exact question where I said the mind of the investor, meaning you got to think in terms of whether it's a prop firm, whether it's an investor, whether it's a hedge fund, wherever capital, when you're trying to trade someone else's capital, trying to level up and accelerate your journey in that sense by utilizing someone else's capital. You got to think in terms of the mind of the investor, in terms of what will they look for? What are they looking to see? If you're not organized, if you're not disciplined, if you're not consistent, if you don't have the knowledge, why is anyone, in terms of the mind of the investor, why are they going to look at someone like that and list those things off and say, yeah, let me give this guy my money? Let me give this person who doesn't have the knowledge or isn't showing consistency, isn't really emotionally balanced, isn't disciplined. Let me give this person my money. But yeah, like think about it from the investor's point of view. Who do you need to be so that when you think about that investor's point of view, they're going to be peace of mind, like looking at you and saying, okay, I'm willing to invest into this person. Obviously, prop firms, they won't be looking at you in that way. They need you to just pass a challenge. And I think that is one negative of prop firms in that sense, in terms of like they don't look at you, they don't interview you, they just say, look, pass this criteria in terms of profit or loss, and that's it, right? But if you're thinking about an investor or a hedge fund, if you're talking real capital in terms of like into the 7, 8, 9-figure capital, they're not going to really be bothered about only your P&L, of course. They're going to look at you. They're going to say, can this guy handle this? Is this someone who can handle this level of capital, this level of risk? Is he going to be able to handle the wins that come along as well? Is he going to be able to handle the turmoil, right? Is he a disciplined person, right, in his day-to-day life? Is he someone who is neat and tidy in his workspace? Is he someone who can take on criticism? Is he someone who can work communicate well, in a team, for example, to the risk department, to the investor itself, to explain the situation, explain the current results? So I would say, like, think of it in terms of mindset, the mindset of the investor, right? What does that look like? Have a think about that, because a lot of people are just so eager just to get profit, get the capital, think about the profit, and that's it. How can I change my life with money? Rather than how can I be the person necessary in order to get that capital in the first place, and then also be the person necessary to make that profit that I'm looking for too. And like, for example, Umar Ashraf is one of those individuals who really highlights and is a prime example of someone who has done that journey. Luckily he hasn't used the outside capital for himself, but for him to get to the sort of capital that a lot of people look for, he really is a prime example of someone who has gotten that investor mindset, understood what is necessary, what to work on. And a lot of it comes down to the accountability. You make mistakes, everyone makes mistakes, and you will have down moments, but it's about actually being accountable enough to learn from them. Okay, you might make the same mistake twice, but what you don't want to do is make that same mistake 20 times, because then that's beyond a mistake at that point. That's a choice, right?